for a book haul, Walls. I don't believe I filmed any book haul in 2021, so it's gonna be like my 2021 book haul so far. I have a lot of books to show you, so let's do this. Hello Walls, what's up? I hope you're good. So book haul time. I don't know how many books I have because I was like, yeah, I didn't buy that many books this year actually, and I checked all my bought books, you know, orders on different websites, and actually that's quite true. I did not buy that many physical books, but I did pre-order a few last year and I did got quite a lot of gifts from you. Thank you so much. And I also got like 3 books for Readalong, 4 books for Readalong, and 4 books for upcoming read-alongs that I cannot wait for you to know about if you don't know about it yet. I think I have a lot to show you, so I'm gonna just go into it. There is no particular order and I'm gonna try to talk about all the ebooks I bought because I always forget about the ebooks I buy. So let's move on because it's gonna be a long one. Okay, so the first one is actually a series I bought in 2020, I guess, late 2020, and I just got the books like on December 30th, 31st, and I believe January 6th or whatever. So this is the Smoke and Bone series. So this is the first one, the second one, and the third one. So I bought them for the read-along we were hosting. If you want to check all the lives, I will link them down below. So I got the UK editions because I really prefer these covers to the American ones. I mean, that's just a personal thing, whatever. The series was so-so for me. That's not a wrap-up, Sasha. That's not a review video, so don't talk about that. But yes, so I got them for a read-along. I will not unhaul them even if I did not enjoy that series that much because I still see how beautiful it is. So yeah, first series I bought, and I love that I bought like the series and not just one book and then wait a few months to get the second one or a few years or whatever. So I'm happy about that read along. Then I got quite a few books for the Poroline that happened the first week of February, hosted by Jade over at Jade Reads. So this one was actually a gift from Alex. So Alex, if you're watching this, thank you so much for it. It is a beautiful middle grade like fantasy book, and yeah, it is a book. It's not like a graphic novel or whatever, so I always keep your notes here in case you were wondering. But it has really beautiful illustrations, and as I said already a few times, the font is quite big, but it's blue. And if you like me, like migraines, etc., the blue is so much softer, and yeah, it was perfect for my headaches and migraines, etc. Maybe it will be for you, but just a beautiful book. It made me cry almost, but I was mad at the characters, so I would really recommend it. But it's a beautiful, gorgeous edition. Another one I bought myself for the Poroline was A Wolf for a Spell by Kara Sutton. Really enjoyed that one so much. It was a 5 stars, and yes, Russian folklore, etc, etc. I'm not gonna say more because it has Baba Yaga, so it's like some kind of retelling of Baba Yaga, but also Ivan Tsarevich and Grey Wolf and Firebird, yes. And yeah, so absolutely amazing. I love that. It was for the middle grade monthly book club as well, which reminds me that I've been bad with following and reading the books they picked lately. But yeah, that one is beautiful and it has wolves, so you know. So continuing with the books I bought for the Poroline, we have, so this one is A Shiver of Snow and Sky, and this one is A Storm of Ice and Stars. Really beautiful. This one made me cry, and I cried in front of the camera during a live show, whatever. But beautiful power fantasy, obviously, and I love the characters. These are not a series, this is like a companion novel of this one, but really beautiful, and the covers are gorgeous. So I will definitely reread that series at some point. Para Fantasy, another one. So we have Sky Song by Abby Elphinstone. I really enjoyed that one as well. And beautiful cover. I wanted a different cover at the very beginning, and I thought I was expecting actually that one, but I got that one, which is nice as well. So I loved it as well, and yeah, already read it. I love that all the books I'm showing you so far are books I've already read. That's amazing. I want to say Echo North, so by Joanna Ruth Meyer. Really enjoyed that one. I also read it for the Peloton. It is a retelling not of Beauty and the Beast, because I originally thought it was about like the Beauty and the Beast retelling, but actually it is more of West to the Moon, East to the Sun kind of retelling. I forgot the I think it's East to the Sun, West to the Moon, whatever, but beautiful, beautiful. It has romance in it, and actually I did not mind the romance in it. So if you're not into romance, you know, usually like normally, maybe you will enjoy this one. And it has a beautiful cover. It came like this, but I really don't mind. Like, I'm getting like better and better about books not being like 100% perfect or whatever, which I don't know, whatever. So I would definitely recommend that one. The last one I bought for the Peloton is this one, Frostfire. Look at that cover, and actually see how I got like the pinky kind of, it's pinky or more blue-ish. See, actually you have different editions of that same book. Like, it's not even a special edition or whatever, it's just like some are blues, some are pink. Why did I say blues? Blue. And also a beautiful power fantasy. Here I love that the mountain is kind of the setting because everything is happening there, but the mountain is actually a character of some kind at the same time. So beautiful power fantasy, and if you're looking for icy magic, I think it would definitely count. Okay, let's move on to some books that I pre-ordered. So obviously you have this one, so A Voice So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer. So this is the last book, and the first one was A Curse to Dark and Lonely. So I have read the first one, the second one I have not read, the third one yet. I don't know how come. I was so interested in it, but I did not get to it for some reasons, but definitely, well, soon. So if you've read it, let me know if it's as good as the first one or not, because out of the two I prefer the first one. Another one I pre-ordered was Rule of Wolves. I believe it was the Illumicrate edition, and this one was from Fairy Late. Whoa, Fairy Lute. I think it was the Illumicrate edition. Yeah, I think, but beautiful, like as you can see, so beautiful. So this is a sequel to King of Scars, and yeah, I really need to get the Saints, Lives of the Saints or whatever by Lee Bardugo, because that's the only one I'm missing, but I have not read it, as you guessed it. Hopefully soon. It's on my TBR for this month, so normally yes. So the next book is also a pre-order that I pre-ordered, and then I got the delivery date, and it was like in March, April, while the book was actually published in January. At the end, I guess I got it like over a month after its release date, but that's it. But so that was fine, but I got the ebook the same day it came out. Whatever. This is obviously Across the Green Grass Field by Shannon Maguire, so a part of the Wayward Children series. We just learned like a month ago about the next book, and I can't wait because we're gonna visit another school, like the Wayward Children School. I'm not ready, but I'm ready. I'm not ready, but I'm ready. So this one I bought quite recently, and this is the Infinity Files by S.M. Wilson. I bought it like a month ago, a little over a month ago, because it was the Howling Pack's pick for, you know, last month. So May, I did not finish it. I need to finish it. Sci-fi. So I'm enjoying it, but I need to finish it. Okay, here it was so weird. So I actually pre-ordered that one on Fairy Lute, because so that's the sequel of Bone Crier's Moon, which is a book we've read for the Howling Pack last year, I believe. So I pre-ordered that one, I got that one, and then I was looking at my shelves for this one. I was like, where is it? Where the heck it is? And I know that we picked it because it was in a Fairy Lute box, so I wanted to read like a recent release kind of thing, and I couldn't find it. And actually I never bought that Fairy Lute. I cancelled my subscription before we got that book, and in my head I had actually bought the book, but it wasn't the case. I bought the ebook, not the book. So I had to buy it because I got that one, which has like spread edges, like colored spread edges, if you can see, like glittery kind of thing. So yeah, so I have read that one last year. I have not read that one that I got like recently. So hopefully soon, as everything else I have not read. Book that I bought recently is That Astronaut by Jeff Vandermeer. I bought it because I don't have any colorful kind of covers, and I know in some challenges or whatever you have to have one. You know what I mean? So I bought it, but also because it's a sci-fi and I'm interested in that one. And this is the author of annihilation. I have trouble with that word. Annihilation. You know? Yeah, whatever. I need to write that one as well. Like, the one I cannot pronounce. Then I'm gonna show you a few books I got as gifts. So we're gonna start with this one from Marina. It is on my current TBR, so I should be able to read it this month. So this is Murder in Midwinter. So it's a middle grade, and apparently it has to do with murders or some kind of mystery, thriller, whatever, and it has a snowy setting. So I'm looking forward to this one. It's gonna be read this month, I swear. I hope so. Thank you, Rena! 2 books I got from Lucian, so thank you so much, Lucian. So I actually got these books end of December for, you know, Christmas, but it wasn't on time for my last book haul of the year, whatever. So I got 2 books. So this is the complete first edition of the original folk and fairy tales of the Brothers Grimm. It is a chunker. It has a tiny font, but it has illustrations. I cannot wait to read that one. I feel like this one's going to be read throughout the years, you know, like a few stories here and another one here, etc. I don't feel like this is the kind of book you have to read all at once. I love it. I love it. And the other one she got me is actually this one. So this is Silver in the Wood by Emily Tesh. That's a book I found out somewhere. I don't know. I don't remember how I found out about the book. It's apparently a wildly evocative and enchanting story of old forests, forgotten gods, and new love. Just magnificent. I really cannot wait to read that one. There is a wild man who lives in the deep, quiet green hollow, and he listens to the woods. So I'm intrigued, and it's super tiny, so perfect for readathons. Then I got 2 books from a co-worker, so a colleague. Thank you so much for these books. So the first one is The Doors of Eden, and the second one is this one. So I don't know if you know, but I would like to reread all the books from the Dark Materials, and this one is actually a prequel, let's say, and it is Once Upon a Time in the North. This is such a tiny little book, and I mean, I cannot wait to reread that entire series with all the tiny little books as well. And the other one is a sci-fi, so by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and I forgot what it was about, but I know I was intrigued when I added it to my TBR. They thought we were safe, they were wrong. 4 years ago, 2 girls were looking for monsters on Badmin World. Only one came back. So it's kind of sci-fi-ish with some mystery in it, so definitely intriguing. There is one book that I got in a box. So as you know, I'm a rep for Poroline, so I have one of the necklaces here. She makes a lot of necklaces, bracelets, bookmarks, etc, etc. I will link it down below. You can use my code Mooney10 for a discount. And she sent me my rep package with a book that's not, I mean, I wasn't expecting a book. She doesn't sell books, but she wanted to add one that is close to her heart. It's actually full of tales. I hope you find a favorite tale. It's so beautiful. So this is the Epic of Kings by Shahnameh, I want to say. So I don't know exactly about all the stories in there, but it's like full of fairy tales. So I'm always ready to read fairy tales or tales in general from all around the world. I'm really intrigued. Because sometimes you can find like similarities between stories that we've told on different continents. Sometimes they are completely different. Sometimes you have the same character, type of character, or type of creatures that are completely different, you know, from one story to another. So I really love that. So I can't wait to read that one and to learn new things. And then, ta-da-da! So I bought, like, the last series I bought is actually, don't ask me which one comes first. I don't think there is a number here. Hey! What the heck? So I bought a last series that is 4 books long. 2 of them are from Pan, the publishing house, and the other one is from Tor, and I'm still waiting on the first book because obviously whenever I order a series online I get all the books before the first one, which doesn't make any sense. But the first book is actually Malice. I don't know if you can see these books by John Quain. I don't know which one is the second one actually. Let me check. Yeah, so this one is the second one actually, but the first one is Malice, and yeah, it is a adult epic high fantasy, I would say. I don't know much about it, but it sounded so intriguing. It has battles, I believe, royalty kind of thing. I don't know, I don't want to say more. I don't want to read the synopsis, but look how floppy they are. So if you're looking for these books and you want huge books, I mean huge books that are like floppy, this is perfect. this is perfect. And the font is quite small, but fair enough, I would say. But oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I did not expect them to be so floppy. I love that, but I'm still waiting for the first book. But yeah, so there is actually a read-along for that series that's gonna start in July. So July, August, September, October. Well done, Sasha. And everything will be linked down below. I mean, the Twitter and the ladies that are co-hosting that with me. Actually, this is the same team that was for the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series. So I cannot wait. We had so much fun. And during the live, we were talking about books we would like to read, blah, blah, blah. And we decided to go with that one. It wasn't supposed to be another read-along, but why not after all? I hope we're gonna have as much fun as we did with Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I think we will. I think we will. Okay, now to remember all the ebooks, I need my laptop. Oh yeah, so I don't know when I bought them. I believe I bought them last year or maybe beginning of this year. I don't know, because I bought actually the first one and then I bought the entire series because of a read along, and there's a number in the ashes, so I bought all 4 ebooks. Yeah, I only have 4 ebooks. Oh yeah, but there is a 5th one that came out. I don't know, but I bought these ebooks. I loved the first one. I haven't started the second one, which I should, but I really love the first one. I also bought Sing Me Forgotten, which is a book I have to read this month for the Howling pack. Fantasy YA. I also bought Sight and the sequel and the 3rd one, which is A Tall and To the Head, I believe. Read the first one, loved it, so I cannot wait to continue with the series. But The Vanished Queen, because we were supposed to buddy read it, I'm so late, but I will do my best to continue that buddy read. So The Vanished Queen. I bought also The White Starlight, which was also for the Howling pack. I wanted to buy the physical book, but apparently it never got here. So I bought it, never got here, I had to cancel it and blah blah blah. So I ended up with the ebook because I just needed to read it. Because if I had to wait for the physical book, it wouldn't be here at this point. So, oh yeah, also bought Hunted by Megan Spooner. I liked it, but something was missing for me. But I read it for the Python. Also bought Remote Control, which was also for the Howling pack. I enjoyed it, but I believe I gave it 3 stars because I wasn't satisfied by it. So many things were missing for me. Some things did not really make sense, but a very interesting point of view and a very interesting journey that I loved. Oh, and also the graphic novel Mercy that I read. Really enjoyed the first one, and the second one I bought them. So hopefully I will continue with it because they're very short and it's horror-ish, gore-ish, I would say. So it was definitely interesting. I highly suggest you to actually check the synopsis and to maybe want to read it for readathon or whatever. And I believe that's everything I bought in 2021 so far. I think I got one pre-order that's gonna be here in October, but that's it, I think. In my opinion, it's already quite a lot, but it's not a lot at the same time. I don't know how to explain that, but the majority of them, I have read them, or at least from what I remember, because I'm not gonna count here. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. It's already gonna be a long one, so I'm gonna stop talking so you can leave me whatever. But well, yeah, let me know which book you bought, if you liked it, if you did not like it, if you've read any of the ones I have here that I did not read yet or that I did read or whatever. I always ask the same questions, but really just talk to me in the comment section because I loved answering to you. Even if I don't reply like in the minute, I usually do that in good reasonable time. So deep. But yeah, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to be a part of the pack. Talk to me in the comment section as usual. And until next time, take care, wolves. Bye. Now I'm gonna try to take a thumbnail.